Hi everybody, happy Thursday. Mr. Turner here. It's been a while since the last video. I apologize for taking a little time, but we got the big announcement from Governor DeWine. We kind of knew was coming, but it still has been kind of difficult to try to figure out, that this is how our school year is going to continue for the next 4 or 5 weeks. We're going to continue doing remote learning. I'm going to continue to put things on Google Classroom. We're going to keep doing choice boards. First and foremost, I want to thank those of you that have turned those things in. I've heard from so many kids over the last few days, and I really appreciate that. A lot of people are doing some very good work, so thank you. Don't forget, you choose 2 things a week. So 4 total from a choice board, and then next week we'll be putting out another one for you to do. We try to make those, Mr. Grimpy and I try to make those fun and interesting, and most of the time they have to do with what's actually happening in the world right now with COVID-19 and all those things, and hopefully it'll make you pay at least a little bit of attention and be a little interesting. There's a lot of good things happening. I know that most of the news is negative and you hear about people being sick in hospitals and all those type of things, but there's good things happening too, and I want to talk about those for a minute, okay? Anytime that something really bad happens, it can bring out the best in people. And maybe you've seen some stories about, people donating to food banks or people donating their time to do different things. You've probably seen some messages of hope videos. Baker put one together a couple of weeks ago. And those are the kind of things that I want to make sure that you see those as well. Because if we're only looking at the negative, we're only talking about the negative, it can get real kind of depressing real fast, and we don't want that. My main concern over this last few weeks is that everybody is healthy, is that everybody is doing okay, everybody is surviving. That's the most important thing. I want you to learn some stuff and I want you to get your work done too. But I want you to be okay. And that means a lot of different things. That doesn't just mean physically okay. It also means, how are you doing mentally? How are you doing being in the house most of the time? How are you doing missing your friends, missing your family members, missing your teachers, including your favorite, obviously. Don't tell Mrs. Walker or Mrs. Seifert I said that. But I think that is also an important part of this, because it's totally normal to be, kind of freaked out a little bit. It's okay to be feeling a little strange. It's okay. We're doing it too. Everybody is kind of in the same boat. But Mrs. Walker and Mrs. Seifert and I have a group text, and we've been talking a lot about kids. Some of them we haven't heard from, or we haven't heard much from, and we're worried about them. So if you know somebody that hasn't responded or hasn't done any of their school stuff, I just want to make sure they're okay. I'd love for them to do their work also. But even more important, tell them to send a note. Tell them to say, hey, how's it going? Let me know that they're doing okay. Let one of us know, okay? That's the most important thing. But I want you to take some time for yourself. I want you to make sure you're doing okay and those around you are okay. Those little things that we've talked about in these videos before, those little things go a long way. Find a way to keep yourself happy. Find whatever you enjoy. If it's walking around the block, if it's taking a nap, as my daughter shakes her head, she's a little bit of a napper. If it's coloring, if it's reading, if it's video games, if it's dyeing your hair, if it's painting your nails, if it's whatever the case may be, find something for yourself. For me, it's hanging out with these guys and it's playing cards, which I really enjoy, and board games and that kind of stuff. And a little bit of coloring. Luckily, we have some Looney Tunes coloring books around here, because I'm a total grown-up and definitely not a big kid. Find whatever gets you through. We're going to keep the remote learning going. We're still doing, giving away food on Wednesdays at Baker. I actually will be there next Wednesday. So hopefully maybe I'll see some of you guys then. It feels like it's been forever since I've seen you guys, and I don't like that. So we're also, over the next couple of weeks, we're going to try to put together some sort of Google Meet where I'm going to be available for an hour, a couple hours maybe. Maybe some of the other teachers will be available. We can do kind of a lunch thing together, or we can do just kind of a check-in and see where you guys are at. But we want to give everybody a chance for us to see your faces. That's important. It's nice to see emails, and it's nice to get dojo messages and those things. I love them, but I really want to see your faces. And even more important than that, I know you want to see mine, right? These videos, I know you can only play them so often. You want to see the real thing. As my daughter agrees, I think she has a tear in her eye. She's so lucky that she gets to see me all the time. But no, I hope that we can do that over the next week or so, because I definitely want to see everybody again. We're missing you guys a lot. So, as always, keep doing the work. Any questions, email Dojo. Send that stuff in. Take a picture of it if you can. Email it to me. Send it as a Google Doc. Turn it in through Google Classroom. I mean, whatever. There's a whole bunch of different options. But hopefully, if you have any concerns, if you have any questions, get them to me, and I'll be able to answer them for you, okay? So, keep smiling. Find your happy. And remember that we miss you, and we hope you're doing okay. All right? We will talk to you again soon. Thank you all. Bye-bye.